I was sitting in the dark dining room. The house was completely silent. I looked at the clock on the wall. It was 12 o'clock at night. Midnight. I looked down at my phone. The screen was dark. No messages. No missed calls. James promised to meet me here at midnight. But he was not here. Outside, the rain started to fall. I felt a cold shiver down my back. Something was wrong. Deep down, I knew it. Welcome to English Stories. Today, you are part of my mystery. Listen carefully to my words on the screen. Let us begin. James and I were together for 2 years. He was a quiet, gentle man. He had the kindest eyes I ever saw. He worked in an old bookstore down the street. I loved everything about him. We were incredibly happy. But last week, everything changed. James stopped smiling at me. He looked around nervously when we walked together. He checked his phone every 2 minutes. Yesterday, he called my phone. His voice was shaking. He said, "Meet me at the train station cafe. Meet me at midnight. It is very important." I have to tell you the truth. I asked him what was wrong. But he hung up immediately. Now, it was 12:30. The cafe was completely dark. I pulled my coat tight around my shoulders. The cold wind hit my face. Where was he? James never broke his promises to me. Never. I decided to walk to his apartment. The city streets were empty and dark. My shoes were soaked from the deep puddles. Finally, I arrived at his building. I walked up the creaking wooden stairs. I reached the 3rd floor. I knocked on room number 34. No one answered. I knocked louder, my heart beating fast. Still, there was only silence. I pushed the door gently with my hand. To my surprise, the door swung open. It was unlocked. I stepped inside the dark apartment. I smelled the familiar scent of his cologne. I turned on the small lamp on the table. The room felt freezing cold. I looked around and froze. His closet doors were wide open. All of his clothes were gone. His suitcases were missing. The apartment was completely empty. I wanted to scream. Did he leave me? Then I saw something on the table. It was a small, heavy silver key. Under the key, there was a folded piece of paper. It was a handwritten note. I picked up the paper with shaking fingers. The note was short and messy. It said, "My dear, I am so sorry. I have to go away. It is not safe for me here anymore. And it is not safe for you if I stay. Please do not look for me. Please try to forget about me. I love you." I read his words 3 times. I could not breathe. Not safe. I whispered to the empty room. What did he mean? He was just a worker in a bookstore. Why was my James in danger? I looked down at the silver key in my palm. Suddenly, I realized something. This key did not belong to this apartment. It was an old, heavy iron key. It looked exactly like the key to the bookstore. The bookstore where he worked. James left this key for me on purpose. He wanted me to find it. He wanted me to go there tonight. I ran through the pouring rain. I reached the old bookstore. The sign on the glass door said closed. I put the silver key into the lock. It turned perfectly. Click. I pushed the door and stepped inside. The smell of old paper and dust filled my nose. I used my phone's flashlight to guide my steps. I walked straight to the back desk. James always sat here to read. On top of the desk sat a small black box. The box had a tiny keyhole. I inserted the silver key one last time. The box popped open. Inside, I found a passport. I opened it and gasped. The photograph inside was definitely James. But the name printed next to it was different. The name read, David Vance. Underneath the passport lay a single airplane ticket. It was a ticket to Paris. The departure time was 2 hours ago. He was already gone. The man I loved did not actually exist. He was a stranger living a secret life. He ran away to save himself. And he left me behind with a broken. Thank you for living this story with me today. Now, let us review 3 important words from my journey. Word number 1, shiver. A shiver is a shaking movement of your body when you are cold or scared. Word number 2, familiar. Familiar means something you know very well because you have seen or smelled it before. Word number 3, gasp. To gasp means to breathe in suddenly because you are shocked or surprised. Which word felt the most powerful to you? Write a sentence in the comments below using one of them. Please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss my next story. See you very soon.